Okay, Block 4 students, you should currently be in Miss Beery's classroom. That's room 101, down in the science wing. And for those of you who have questions about your quizzes from last class period that a lot of you didn't finish, you'll have to finish those during seminar. And I plan on having the quizzes already done, graded by Monday, I hope. But yeah, like I said, if you didn't finish, you come in on your own time to finish. We have to move on in class. Got 160 standards for you to learn over 4 years, and so we have to keep moving. This new lesson is still in our linear functions unit, and right now we're starting lesson 2. And lesson 2 is about using different strategies to answer questions. And the strategies we're going to use consistently will be using a table to answer contextual questions, a graph, or algebraic reasoning using substitution. So by now you should be comfortable with putting algebraic rules in your calculator to access the table and graph. And we have to communicate our answers, like I said, in these 4 ways. So once you've done it, once you've figured out your solution in each of these 3 ways, so you'd box in the answer that you'd find in the table, you'd circle your answer on the graph, and you'd clearly express it using algebraic reasoning. You'd write a complete sentence about what that means contextually, because if we can't communicate what it means in a real world type situation, that math is meaningless. It's just number manipulation. Now we're also still focusing on writing equations. That is still an objective for this unit. That's still a big focus. All right, so now we're just adding focus to it. So we have to write an equation, answer contextual questions about that, show our solution in several different ways using these 2 types of models, using a table and a graph, which technology can help us out with tremendously. So for instance, if you're having a lot of difficulty with your calculator producing a graph, you can log on to Desmos and use that. And algebraic reasoning, substitution. So that means plugging in a value into your independent variable to find out what the outcome of the dependent variable is. So in this case, plugging in the 60 students into the fee, so multiplying by the fee the ticket, adding the fee, and then finding the overall cost. And you'll do this 4 times for this handout. Question 1, question 2, question 3, and question 4. Yours will be stapled. If I find out there are major behavior issues, you'll be serving detentions either with me if I have time or with Mr. Brown. You better be better behaved than what you are in my class. Mr. Courtney, assuming he is here, which I certainly hope he is, has access to the key. He knows all of this math quite well. He's an expert, just like I am. And so you can trust his anything he says to you about math. He is just as qualified as I am. All right, so work through that. If you're done, use your time wisely. Make up work for other classes, or quietly read. Find something to do productive that will not disrupt your other classmates. I'll see you on Tuesday.